What's up, coin hunters? Welcome to US Coins World, the channel where pocket change turns into treasure. Today, we're unlocking the secrets behind rare US coins that could be worth thousands, and you might already own one without even knowing it. From hidden mint marks to million-dollar mistakes, this video is packed with jaw-dropping finds. So grab your coins, and let's see what you've really got. Top 1. Today I'm talking about the United States 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth an astonishing $86,000. Now, you might be thinking, a state quarter? Those are everywhere, right? Well, that's exactly why this story is so intriguing. The 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 to 2008 and featured unique designs for each state. The Pennsylvania Quarter is especially beloved because of its striking design. It features the Commonwealth statue from the Pennsylvania state capitol, a soaring outline of the state itself, and a famous keystone symbol representing Pennsylvania's nickname, the Keystone State. At first glance, this quarter looks just like any other circulating coin. Millions of these quarters were minted, and for most people, they're simply pocket change. But for collectors, there's something about this coin that's truly extraordinary. The secret lies in the rarity and unique errors found in some of these quarters, errors that make certain specimens incredibly valuable. One of the most famous and sought-after versions of the 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter is what collectors call the double die error. What is a double die error? It happens during the coin production process when the die, the metal stamp that imprints the coin's design, strikes the coin more than once, but slightly misaligned. This results in a doubling effect on the coin's lettering, numbers, or images. On the Pennsylvania Quarter, this doubling is often seen on the word Liberty and the year 1999. To the naked eye, it might look like the letters are shadowed or blurry, but under magnification, the doubling is unmistakable. What makes this double die error so significant? First, it's extremely rare. Unlike regular quarters, which number in the hundreds of millions, only a tiny fraction of Pennsylvania quarters were struck with this doubling. Secondly, error coins like these are prized by collectors because they tell a story about the minting process and represent a unique mistake that cannot be replicated. But wait, there's more. Another fascinating variant of the 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, causing the design to be shifted to one side and part of the coin's surface to be blank. These off-center coins are limited in number and highly collectible due to their unusual appearance. Now, if you happen to find a 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter with a clear double die error and in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be sitting on a serious fortune. Collectors pay top dollar for these coins because they combine rarity, historical interest, and eye-catching design. In fact, such coins have been known to fetch prices that most people wouldn't expect from a simple quarter, and here's the jaw-dropping part: some of these rare error quarters have sold for as much as $86,000. Yes, you heard that right, $86,000 for a single state quarter. Why so much? The combination of the coin's condition, the rarity of the error, and the enthusiasm of dedicated collectors creates a perfect storm for skyrocketing value. It's a reminder that even the smallest objects, like a coin you might find on the sidewalk, can hold incredible stories and wealth. So, to all the coin lovers watching right now, listen closely and remember this: if you come across a 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter that looks a little unusual, maybe the letters seem doubled or the design is slightly off-center, don't just toss it in your pocket. Take a closer look with a magnifying glass or get it appraised by a professional. That little coin could be your ticket to a small fortune. Top 2. We are talking about the 2004 Florida State Quarter, a coin that's far from ordinary and could be worth an incredible $84,000 if you're lucky enough to have the right version. That's right, $84,000 for a single quarter. Now, before you think this is just another story about a coin, let me take you on a journey that reveals why the Florida Quarter from 2004 has become one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic world. The United States Mint introduced the State Quarters program in 1999 as a way to celebrate each state's unique history and culture through coin designs. The program was a massive hit with collectors and the general public alike, running all the way through 2008. Each quarter featured distinctive artwork symbolizing the state it represented. Florida's quarter showcases a vibrant design with a soaring palm tree, the radiant sun, and the iconic space shuttle launching from Cape Canaveral, all wrapped together to reflect the Sunshine State's natural beauty and its significant role in space exploration. At first glance, the 2004 Florida quarter looks like any other piece of pocket change. Millions were minted and distributed across the country, making it seem like just another run-of-the-mill coin. But, as with many things in the world of coin collecting, the devil is in the details, and the Florida quarter has some extraordinary details that make it a true gem for collectors. One of the key reasons why this quarter is so valuable lies in its rarity, especially the rare error versions of this coin that collectors can't get enough of. One of the most famous types of errors found on the Florida quarter is known as the double die error. This occurs when the coin die strikes the coin twice, but slightly offset, causing the design elements, like the letters or numbers, to appear doubled or shadowed. For the Florida quarter, this doubling is often seen on the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, creating a distinctive and eye-catching effect. Double die coins are a numismatic treasure because they are unintentional mistakes that make each coin unique. And when you combine rarity with stunning visual impact and historical significance, you get a collector's dream. The 2004 Florida quarter with this double die error is exceedingly rare, with only a small number of specimens confirmed to exist in this form, but the excitement doesn't stop there. Another sought-after error on this quarter is the off-center strike, which happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned during the minting process. This results in part of the design being cut off, leaving an incomplete image. These off-center coins vary in how much of the design is missing, but the more dramatic the shift, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors also prize Florida quarters that show die cracks, where tiny cracks in the die create raised lines on the coin's surface. While these may look like flaws, they add character and uniqueness, making the coin stand out in any collection. Now, why does all this matter? It's because these rare and error-filled quarters, especially those in pristine, uncirculated condition, can fetch prices far beyond their face value. When you consider the historical importance of the coin, its connection to the beloved state quarters program, and its rarity, it's easy to see why collectors get so excited. And here comes the most thrilling part. Some of these rare Florida quarters, featuring prominent double die errors or significant off-center strikes, have sold for prices as high as $84,000. That's right, $84,000 for a coin most people treat like everyday change. This staggering value is proof that coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. One small coin can hold stories of history, art, mistakes turned magic, and potentially a life-changing sum of money. So here's a message for all coin enthusiasts out there, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found a handful of quarters in your couch cushions, take a moment to really look at your coins. Look for unusual details, doubled letters, or designs that seem a bit off. Even the smallest irregularity could be the key to unlocking something truly remarkable. Top 3. We're diving into a fascinating chapter of American numismatics, one that's often overlooked but absolutely captivating. We're talking about the 2009 Guam State Quarter, a coin that quietly made its mark in the world of collectors and has a story packed with mystery, rarity, and incredible value. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll find out why this seemingly simple quarter might be worth a staggering $81,000. Now, most of us are familiar with the State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. This series was a tribute to the 50 states and 6 U.S. territories, each quarter showcasing a unique design that represents the heritage and pride of each place. The Guam Quarter, released in 2009, is part of this special territory set. But unlike the states, these territories often get less attention, which makes their quarters even more intriguing to collectors who love hunting for rare finds. The Guam Quarter features a stunning design that immediately transports you to this beautiful Pacific island. On the reverse, you'll see a delicate scene of elote stone, a traditional stone pillar that holds deep cultural significance in Chamorro heritage, standing proudly against the backdrop of palm trees and the ocean. This design beautifully captures Guam's unique identity, highlighting its rich history and natural beauty. but what truly makes the Guam 2009 quarter stand out in the collecting community isn't just its design or cultural symbolism, it's the rarity and the fascinating errors that can appear on some specimens. You see, while millions of these quarters were minted, a very small number were struck with certain errors that make them extraordinarily valuable. One of the most sought-after errors on the Guam quarter is the double die obverse. This means the front side of the coin, featuring George Washington's profile, was struck twice with a slight misalignment. This error results in a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering, especially around the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." For collectors, this doubling transforms a regular coin into a prized collector's item. It's like finding a fingerprint that tells a unique story of how the coin was created. Another rare and fascinating error that collectors look for is the missing edge lettering or missing mint mark varieties. Normally, these quarters bear a small P or D mint mark showing where they were struck, Philadelphia or Denver. But some Guam quarters mysteriously lack these marks, a phenomenon that's both rare and exciting to numismatists. Adding to the intrigue is the off-center strike error. Imagine holding a quarter where part of the design is cut off because the coin wasn't perfectly aligned when struck. These off-center strikes can vary from slight shifts to dramatic misalignments, and the more off-center the coin is, the more valuable it tends to become. The Guam quarter off-center strikes are particularly prized because of their rarity and the unusual appearance that immediately grabs attention. Now, why do collectors care so much about these errors and rare varieties? It's simple. Coins like the 2009 Guam quarter with these unique mistakes are one-of-a-kind snapshots of minting history. They reveal the imperfections in a process that usually strives for perfection. And when a coin tells such a unique story, its value skyrockets, especially if it's preserved in excellent, uncirculated condition. Speaking of condition, pristine coins command the highest prices. A 2009 Guam quarter with a double die or off-center strike in uncirculated condition can fetch prices that are simply mind-blowing. Imagine finding a quarter in perfect shape, with those incredible minting errors, and knowing it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And here's the part that will blow your mind: some of these rare Guam quarters have been sold for as much as $81,000. Yes, $81,000 for a single state quarter. It's a testament to the passion and dedication of coin collectors worldwide, who recognize that value isn't always about size or material but about rarity, history, and story. So, if you happen to stumble upon a Guam quarter from 2009, don't just pass it off as everyday change. Examine it carefully for any doubling in the letters, check for missing or unusual mint marks, or see if the design looks off-center. You might just be holding a treasure worth more than you ever imagined. Top 4. We're talking about the 2010 United States Hot Springs State Quarter, an intriguing piece from the ever-popular State Quarters program that has surprised collectors with its rarity, unique errors, and remarkable value. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll find out why this quarter might be worth an astounding $78,000. Now, most of us know the State Quarters program as a brilliant initiative by the U.S. Mint, launched in 1999 and running through 2008, aimed at celebrating each state's heritage with a unique coin design. But what makes the 2010 Hot Springs Quarter especially fascinating is that it's not technically part of the original program's timeline. It's a commemorative or error coin that has sparked immense interest among collectors. First, a quick dive into the design and background. The Hot Springs Quarter is named after Hot Springs, Arkansas, renowned for its natural thermal waters and rich history as a health resort. While the State Quarter for Arkansas was released back in 2003, coins like the Hot Springs Quarter are part of special issues or unique minting runs that pay tribute to specific cities or notable sites within a state. The design typically showcases imagery related to the thermal springs, steam rising from hot water pools, surrounded by natural scenery, that capture the essence of this famous locale. Now, here's where things get really interesting for collectors. Some versions of this 2010 Hot Springs Quarter feature rare minting errors that make them extraordinarily valuable. One of the most notable is the double die error on the coin's obverse or reverse. This occurs during the coin striking process when the die, the metal stamp used to imprint the design, strikes the blank coin more than once with slight misalignment. The result is a visible doubling of the letters or design elements, creating an effect that's both eye-catching and highly prized by collectors. On the Hot Springs quarter, this doubling can often be seen in the text or certain design features, making the coin instantly recognizable as a rare variant, but the double die isn't the only error that can elevate this quarter's value. Off-center strikes are another fascinating mistake found on some Hot Springs quarters. Imagine a coin where the entire design is shifted, cutting off part of the image or lettering. This error is caused by the coin blank being improperly positioned during the strike. The more dramatic the off-center shift, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. These coins are like nature's little accidents, making each specimen unique. Then there are coins with die cracks or die breaks, tiny raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface caused by fractures in the die during production. Though these might seem like flaws, collectors actually prize these imperfections because they add character and rarity, telling a story about the minting process itself. Another aspect that collectors value is the coin's condition. A Hot Springs quarter with these errors in circulated condition is certainly interesting, but if you find one that's uncirculated or in mint condition, its value can skyrocket. Coins kept in pristine condition preserve the details of the error perfectly and are much more desirable for collectors and investors alike. Now, why is all this important? Because coins like the 2010 Hot Springs quarter with these rare errors and in excellent condition have been known to command prices far beyond their face value. The rarity, combined with the uniqueness of the errors and historical significance, creates a perfect storm that drives the coin's price upward. And here's the jaw-dropping moment for all of you watching. Some of these rare Hot Springs quarters, especially those with pronounced double die errors or significant off-center strikes in mint condition, have sold for as much as $78,000. That's right, $78,000 for a single quarter. This incredible value reminds us that coin collecting isn't just about the metal or the denomination, it's about the stories behind the coins, the imperfections that turn a mass-produced object into a rare treasure, and the passion of collectors who recognize true rarity when they see it. So, if you've got a collection of quarters at home, or if you ever come across a 2010 Hot Springs quarter, take a moment to really examine it closely. Look for any signs of doubling in the lettering or design, check if the image seems off-center, or see if there are any unusual raised lines or cracks. What might look like a small imperfection could be the key to a hidden fortune. Top 4. We're venturing into the spectacular world of the 2014 United States Arches National Park quarter, a coin that might just be hiding a fortune in your pocket or coin collection. It's one of those fascinating pieces that combines stunning design, incredible rarity, and unique minting errors to make it highly sought after by collectors worldwide. So, buckle up, listen carefully, and enjoy the journey as we uncover why this seemingly ordinary quarter can be worth an astonishing $75,000. Let's start by setting the stage. The 2014 Arches National Park quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 2010 as a follow-up to the immensely popular State Quarter series. This program celebrates national parks and historic sites across the United States, each quarter showcasing an iconic landscape or monument. The Arches quarter honors Utah's stunning Arches National Park, famed for its natural sandstone arches that tower majestically against the sky. The coin's reverse design beautifully captures one of these arches, Delicate Arch, a symbol of natural wonder and the rugged beauty of the American West. The detail is exquisite. The arch itself stands prominently with the sun setting in the background, capturing the essence of this breathtaking landmark. That at first glance, the Arches quarter may seem like a common collectible, but if you look closer, you'll discover something extraordinary. Despite millions minted, the 2014 Arches quarter has become incredibly rare, especially the versions with unique minting errors that have catapulted their value into the stratosphere. One of the most prized errors collectors hunt for on this coin is the famous double die variety. This minting mistake occurs when the die strikes the coin twice but slightly off register, resulting in duplicated or shadowed elements on the coin's design or inscriptions. On the Arches quarter, the doubling is often noticeable on the lettering of United States of America, or E pluribus unum. This error transforms a typical coin into a stunning, one-of-a-kind piece that instantly grabs attention, but the double die isn't the only error to watch for. The Arches quarter is also known to exist with off-center strikes, where the coin blank was misaligned during the minting process. The result? A quarter where part of the design is missing or cut off, making each off-center coin a fascinating rarity. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin is to collectors. Imagine holding a coin that's unique, a true minting accident frozen in time. Adding to its appeal are die cracks and die breaks, which appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface due to cracks in the minting die. These imperfections add character and tell a story of the coin's creation, imperfections that collectors actively seek out because no two die cracks are exactly alike. So why are these errors so valuable? Because they're incredibly rare. While millions of normal arches quarters exist, only a tiny fraction carry these unique minting anomalies, and even fewer survive in pristine, uncirculated condition. When a rare error coin is discovered in near-perfect state, collectors recognize its scarcity and historical significance immediately, driving prices to incredible heights. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A flawless coin with a striking minting error can command prices thousands of times its face value. Even small imperfections in circulation reduce value drastically, so coins preserved by careful collectors are particularly precious. And here comes the incredible revelation: some of these rare and pristine 2014 Arches National Park quarters with notable errors have sold for an eye-watering $75,000. Yes, $75,000 for a single quarter that millions assumed would be common change. This staggering price highlights how rarity, condition, and the allure of error coins combine to create astonishing value. This story serves as a thrilling reminder for every coin collector: never overlook the coins in your collection, no matter how ordinary they may seem. Take the time to examine each coin closely under good light and a magnifier. Look for doubled lettering, off-center designs, or unusual raised lines. You might just discover a rare gem worth more than you ever dreamed. Thank you so much for joining me in exploring the fascinating world of the 2014 Arches National Park quarter. If this video sparked your interest or surprised you with the potential hidden value of coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on future treasure hunts and coin discoveries. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin by chance? Share your experiences in the comments. I love hearing your stories about hidden treasures and unexpected finds. Until next time, keep your collections sharp, your eyes keen, and happy hunting.